Going over to question 4 now. Here we're hearing about the amount of propellant in a rocket. We're seeing that at 0 seconds, which is just the initial part of the problem, there was this much propellant. And after 21 seconds, there was this much propellant. And sort of the inherent x is the number of seconds, and the inherent y is the amount of propellant. Then we're being asked, on average, how much propellant was being burned per second. Now that statement right there, what's the amount of propellant being burned each second? To me, that sounds like slope. But if I'm a student who's not quite sure, there's a way to test that out. And we call this translating slope. So in translating slope, you say to yourself, well, slope, that's your change in y over change in x. And then you substitute in what the question's talking about. So according to how we set this up, the y is the amount of propellant. So it's the change in the amount of propellant. And the x is the number of seconds over the change in seconds. So if our statement is the slope, then it'll sound like this: the change in propellant for every change in the number of seconds. And does it sound like that? Let's look at it again. How much propellant is the rocket burning each second? So what we're doing is we're using the translating slope method to confirm that yes, all this question's asking us for is the slope. So let's just go ahead and use our slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And if you want to go a step further, you can label one set of points x1, y1, the other x2, y2. That makes it really easy to just throw them right into the formula. 362,105 minus 467,000 over x2 minus x1, 21 minus 0. So you get an easy 21 on the bottom, and you get negative 104,985 on top. When you divide it out, you get negative 4,995, and that matches answer choice A. Now the negative is not there in the answer because we know that it's the amount that's being burned each second. In other words, there's an implied negative in the wording, so we don't actually have to see it in the answers. But once again, the answer is A.